Welcome to my show, DeAndrea. My name is DeAndrea, and I'm here to uncover government corruption, government conspiracy, government fraud, major fraud. There's many facets of government fraud, government corruption, and we will deal with those later on in the months. But for the next several months, we want to focus on the largest government scam going. The largest. It's in the zillions of dollars. If anybody ever wondered why they're paying so much in taxes, we have the answer. The largest government scam going on to date is the foster care system. Now, there have been some programs who have touched base slightly on the foster care system, the family court system, corruption going on, but nobody has really given you the full facts. And the reason for that is the major newspapers and the major television station, our major media, is government controlled. So you'll never find out about it. But lucky for you, you met DeAndrea. You see, I'm a victim of this government corruption. And my little girl, who was once 7 and has lost over a year of her life, is another victim. But I have learned that we're not the only victims. There are thousands of children in New York City, children and families of whom are victims. And because I am the president and founder of Save Our Children USA, I have also learned that there are millions of victims all across the United States. And no, the majority are not minorities. The majority of victims are white America. This is the biggest, most well-kept secret scam going. You must listen, you must help, because the next victim could be you. I was very fortunate to be invited to speak at a hearing recently on March 5th of 1998 at the Assembly Committee on Oversight, Analysis, Investigation. This meeting, there were 3 to be held: March 3rd in Syracuse, New York, March 5th in New York City, 270 Broadway in the State Department building, and on March 18th in Albany. The purpose for this investigation is to question Americans, in New York Americans, as to what they think about how long children should remain into the foster care system. The purpose of this hearing and reason for it is recently President Clinton signed a bill stating that children should not remain into the foster care system longer than 4 months. What he wants to do is terminate parental rights and put these children up for adoption. And there has been funding, incentives to get the agencies to want to do this. Big money business, big money. But you know what? The general public has been led to believe that children who are in the foster care system are there because they should be. They've gone to court and the parents have been pronounced guilty because they are guilty. That's not true at all, not even a little bit. Do you know that over 99% of all of those charged with abuse and neglect in New York City are found to be guilty? Is that possible? How could over 99% who are charged be guilty? Well, this is how it gets to be done. The judges in family court, and they permit hearsay evidence in a fact-finding segment of the trial. The fact-finding is supposed to only be based on facts, so if you're innocent, you're not going to be found guilty. But if you permit hearsay evidence, anybody could be guilty. Anybody can say anything about anybody. I'm in court proceedings right now. As I said before, I'm also a victim. It was my reason for forming the organization Save Our Children USA. I'm a victim in the family court system. I am before a Gloria Sosa Lintner, married to John Lintner. This judge in family court has not only permitted hearsay evidence against me so I could be pronounced as guilty, but she's also permitted a number of illegal witnesses to be allowed to testify against me. One of them who admitted he's a drug addict and alcoholic, and admitted that he knew me from 30 years ago, and admitted that he was angry with me because I recently collected on a palimony suit of almost $9,000. This is the kind of witnesses Judge Gloria Sosa Lintner has provided as evidence that I am not a good mother. She's also permitting more illegal witnesses and illegal testimony. So Mother Teresa could be found guilty. I am only one of over 30,000 stories in New York who are innocent parents found to be guilty within the foster care system. There are 42,000 children who have been placed into the system, but over 30,000 of those children don't even belong in the system. This is sad. This is frightening. Let me tell you my story. And as every week goes on, I will bring on new guests, and I will have, of the 30,000 others, I will have them tell their horrendous stories. But first I'd like to read my speech to you, the speech that I read before the Assembly Committee on Oversight, Analysis, and Investigation, because the speech in itself will provide you with much information on a quick basis, and then we'll get into the details and the depth of the government scam. My name is DeAndrea. I am the president and founder of Save Our Children USA. Our organization is national, extends coast to coast. As we are aware of, and are all in total agreement with, is that the foster care system is a total disaster. The very system that was designed to protect children, in actuality, is severely neglecting, abusing, and murdering them. It is most unfortunate, but it is the system in itself which is creating the abuse. Doesn't it sound as though I'm relating to some fascist third world communist country? Although laws have been passed on both federal and state levels designed to protect children and preserve the family court and the agencies affiliated with them, including those agencies in charge of the foster care system, are not complying with the existing laws. Compounded with that, there have been numerous immunity laws created and designed to protect the agencies involved for caring for children. DYS, DSS, Department of Family Assistance, DFA, ACS, Administration for Children's Services, and so on. Numerous laws have been enacted in order to make the agencies, social workers, family court judges, and law guardians immune from abusing their children. That is insanity in itself. No agency or any one individual connected with any agency which is responsible for the care of helpless children should ever be immune from suit. All involved must be far more responsible for each and every cause of their actions. And above all involved must be mandated to abide by the already existing federal and state laws enacted to protect and preserve the family. These agencies and family court judges must be forced to conduct their courtrooms based on candor and integrity. That's the first step. Second, most importantly, is that no child should be placed into the foster care system unless the criminal justice system has deemed that that's the proper thing to do. The high percentage, this is not in the speech, but